Big show for you tonight, guys. Very, very big show. Jorge Masvidal calls out Chael Sonnen, totally disrespects him, says he is going through a reassignment surgery, a transition of sorts, and Jorge Masvidal says that he needs to fight Chael and not fight them. Chael Sonnen has to fight Jorge Masvidal. We're going to get into that. Plus, Nina Drama and Sean Strickland link up again for a Nina Drama vlog video where not only do they ride dirt bikes, they start talking dirty. I guess on one of the dirt bikes it said 69. They start talking 69. But more importantly, when I'm saying they talk dirty, it's more about the dirt bikes, guys. But they did mention 69. Felony Charles Bennett on his podcast as well. We're going to get into that. They disrespected Felony. They called him the wrong name. I believe it was unintentional. I think they're trying to bring it up and they don't know that he's changed his name to Felony. But Brennan Schaub, his name's Felony. All right, let your people know, okay? And also, I've not watched part 4 of the Hulk Hogan documentary. Hulk Hogan is or was my uncle, R.I.P. for those of you guys who are not aware. And I'm gonna watch that. I want to watch it tomorrow, and I'm going to react to it. So if you guys haven't seen my reaction, I've done 2 reaction videos. Make sure you watch the most recent one. This is Hulk's nephew. We get pretty in-depth on that if you haven't seen it yet. Today, I also collabed with YouTube superstar creator Jesse on Fire. He's got 600,000 subs. We're dropping that video tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but we got a little bit of an audio upgrade. Okay, things are picking up around here. So I had some people complaining about the audio. And hopefully the audio is just a little bit crispier, a little bit better for you guys. And for those of you guys that don't like the channel, the audio's not for you, all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm here for my real ones, guys. Plus, I am completely balls deep into watching Bob Lazar UFO content. So that's what I've been doing, before I go to bed. I put on a Bob Lazar podcast, guys, and let me refresh this screen right behind you so I can check the freaking chat. Let's go. We got Alicia Bell in the chat. She's saying the GOAT with a lot of T's, and she is right. We got Arpon saying the real ones are here. Let's go, Arpon the Don. Upgrades, people, upgrades 100%. And Felicia Bell has a Unity fist bump going on. So that, you know what I'm saying? We keep it diverse around here, guys. We like unity. You know what I mean? My name is King David MMA. I'm a professional MMA fighter, pro MMA champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I coach at the world's greatest gym. Not my words. This is voted upon by the MMA media. Multiple years, Extreme Couture has won the award for best gym. Guys, so that's where I coach at. You know what I mean? So we're out here, and I guess I got to start adding Hulk Hogan's nephew to my list of things that people should know because I am reacting to the Hulk documentaries, and then I got people in the comments going, "You're not his nephew," and it's like, bro, do a Google search. It takes 2 seconds. You would sound less dumb, and then you wouldn't be wrong. So do you like being wrong and sounding dumb? I don't know, man. The comments are kind of fucking, don't let me get started on it, right? So anyways, real quick, let me see if I got it here for you guys. Oh yeah, right here. We got you. I actually rocked this shirt. I had to rip the tag off today, guys. I was keeping this one. I was going to give it away on the channel or, just do a little giveaway, a little Fight Circus giveaway, right? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe hit Felony Charles Bennett's Cash App. This is a unique shirt. These don't exist. We're trying to get Fight Circus to print them out. I think they're going to print the logo. I'm not sure if they're going to do this exact design on the back. This is essentially one of like 3. And maybe I'll still give it out. But I wore this on Jesse on Fire to shout out Fight Circus. Make sure you follow them, guys. And for everybody that's subscribed and has notifications on, if you got notifications on, you're a real one. If you don't have notifications on, don't come up to me at the gym or anywhere at a tough enough event, at a fight circuit. Don't come up and tell me, bro, I never know when you're going live. Dude, listen, don't subscribe to anybody else. Don't have notifications on for anybody. I get it. but I go live at random times. So if you tap the bell, bang that bell, it feels good when you do it. You get a little dopamine spike when you bang that bell, and it'll allow you to set it to all notifications from this channel. And then you can hop on the live with me because I'm looking to connect. Right? I've got people at the gym that didn't even know a lot of facts about me. Some people didn't know that I've got 9 professional wins, all 9 by submissions, and I've never shot a takedown in the last decade. They didn't know that. Now they know, right? So if you guys have notifications on, shout out to you. You guys are the real ones of the day. Let's get right into it. Big show. I'm excited. And I'm also exhausted. Okay. I did Coach Justin Jane's class. It's very intense wrestling with the sauna, heat on, rounds on rounds on rounds, right? And I'm not telling you guys this because I want sympathy. I don't. I've got a point to why I'm bringing this up. I'm in pain. I'm sore. My hands ache, right? My neck is tight. I can't look like over this shoulder right too good. Like this one's kind of a little bit more range of motion. I'm beat up. Okay. And I want you to know if you're sore from training a lot, or you're tired from studying a lot, what works for me is non-resistance. I just accept that I'm tired and sore. And that gets me through. That got me a black belt and a pro MMA title. So hopefully, if you're sore because you've been putting in the work, or you're tired because you've been putting in the brain work, then you're right here with me, and you know that I know what the fuck you're going through because I'm going through it too. And we're gonna bang this live out together because I go live every freaking day. Let's go. Hey, Felicia says excuses are for bitches. Hey, and you don't want to be a little bitch, right? So, anyways, speaking of people calling each other crazy ass names, George Masvidal has called Chael Sonnen a lesbian. And a lot of men I know enjoy lesbian behavior between women. But that's not how Masvidal meant it. He meant it in a derogatory sense towards Chael. He said Chael's becoming a woman. He said he's changing over, switching sides, going through the reassignment, hormones, and all that. He says Chael can't pay his bills. He says he's taking out multiple mortgages. He says he's down bad and broke. I'm getting a little excited, guys. I got spit flying. That's how freaking hyped up I am about this. And Masvidal's just completely disrespecting him. He even said, Chael, fight me or shut the fuck up. Stop talking. I'm not with the back and forth. Okay. Masvidal has an MMA promotion. It is bare knuckle MMA. My manager, Roman, got me an offer from them for a tournament, which was $500,000 tournament. I believe it's a 16-man tournament at 155 pounds. And yeah, they're doing it real big out there at Game Bred MMA. It's bare freaking knuckle MMA, which I think is awesome because those freaking gloves get in the way when you're trying to strangle somebody. You got this big ass glove here, Dudes are grabbing your gloves. The ref tells you not to grab gloves behind. But listen, man, when you're fighting for your life, these dudes are going to grab gloves. It's just what it is, right? So with the blood and the no gloves, you just slide that thing right in it. You just, if you like to strangle people like I do for fun and profits, right? Well, then, maybe bare knuckle MMA sounds like a good idea to you. And Masvidal says that Chael should come fight him in bare knuckle MMA. Masvidal will give Chael a big ass bag because Masvidal says that Chael needs it, and he says that they will do it in Game Bred MMA. I don't know if Chael's going to accept that offer or not, but Chael doesn't seem like the type of dude to turn down a fight. So we might see a freaking super fight full of genuine animosity and disrespect. And those are some of the key elements that go into making a fight interesting. Because I believe in order to make a fight interesting, you don't go, hey guys, we're coming out to compete and I'm looking forward to it. And I want to thank my coaches and my sponsors. Nah, bro. Everybody likes their coaches and their sponsors, right? Like for instance, let's say I wanted to get sponsored by Zevia, right? I wouldn't go, hey guys, drink Zevia. It's great. I would do a caffeine countdown on every freaking live and tell you guys I'm on 700, 800, 1,000 milligrams of caffeine every day. And then when I show them that I've rocked them for 100 freaking lives straight, then I would be qualified to ask for a bag. You get what I'm saying? Right? So the reason why the disrespect matters because it puts stakes on the line. What does this fight mean? What is the risk? What are the stakes? And for Masvidal and Chael Sonnen, one, the risk is the bare knuckle, getting your face changed. Two, the disrespect. You're going to let this man disrespect you and say you're transitioning over to the other side? He's calling you the alphabet soup, man. All the letters, all the pronouns. You're going to let him say that? He's saying he's the real gangster. He said Westland doesn't have gangsters, bro. You know what I mean, Chael? You gonna let him talk about you like that, bro? You know, and then that storyline is what makes the fight because now it means something, right? And so I'm excited to see the fight. I hope Chael accepts. I would pick Chael in the fight, but you know, that's just pretty obvious, right? Based on how Masvidal looked against Colby Covington when they fought, I feel like Chael is the bigger version of Colby Covington. So let me check the chat real quick. We got John Hogan in the chat. He says, "What's up, everyone?" Big hand emoji. You know what? We all right. We're a big hand gang. Let's go, guys. Hey, man. And for those of you guys that come up to me at the gym and tell me you watch, man, drop emojis in the chat, man. You know what I mean? It's like there was a show back in the day, right? It was called Highlander. And when Highlander would behead his opponents, his enemies, he would steal their soul and gain their powers. And that's how I feel when you guys drop emojis in the chat. Let's go. Speaking of the chat, talking to the chat, Nina Drama, streamer extraordinaire. I'm going to get into this because I am a big fan of Nina Drama's channel. I'm a big fan of her content. And while a lot of dudes are a fan of her because they're attracted to her, that's not why I'm a fan of her work. Because I'll be real, man. To me, and this isn't a knock on her, my girlfriend is like a dime, right? So Nina's cool to a lot of dudes, right? But to me, my particular type, I have a type. Nina's outside that type. So I'm watching her from an artistic perspective. I'm watching her from a charisma perspective. And most importantly, I'm watching her from an all-in perspective. So people are confused. They think she's just up there pushing her titties together, and then that's why she gets views. That could be part of it, right? But there's a lot of girls doing that. So what makes people come back to watch Nina again and again and again? Well, obviously, one, she's got the UFC people that she interviews, the fighters. So if there's a popular fighter and that fighter's got fans, they're going to go check out the interview. But what I noticed is that Nina sends it. So in this one, she puts her feet on cam, right? A lot of dudes are into feet, right? Some girls are opposed to putting their feet out, right? They're like, I want to be taken seriously as an interviewer, a martial artist, an actress, a celebrity, an influencer, whatever it is, right? I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying Nina sends it, right? So she gets the push-up bra, pushes them together. She puts her feet on the stream with Dana White there. Dana's commenting on her feet. You know what I mean? So she's sending it in that regard. And then she's also sending it in the like getting kicked by fighters. But in this episode, and if you guys haven't seen it, peep it after you watch this live with me. Dude, she goes dirt bike riding and she's not good at dirt bike riding. Like she's accelerating and like fucking dude tumbling. Like the bike's falling on her. Dude, sketchy shit, right? And so she's like bruised the fuck up, beat up, a little bit bloody. Like she's doing things that most people wouldn't do for views. And that's why she's getting the views. And I think a lot of people miss that, right? Like they don't understand what it takes to actually get the view count consistently. And Nina is, I mean, you know what I mean? Shit, dude, she's riding a dirt bike. She don't know how to ride a dirt bike. And now she's all beat up and bruised and the bike's falling on her and all kinds of shit. So shout out to Nina for that. She and Strickland also start talking about 69ing, which, that, you know what I'm saying? That's should be controversial or whatever. But I thought it was funny because Sean was like, yo, man, when he was a younger gentleman, he would do it to be like, you know, edgy. And now he's like, dude, I'm fucking 30, whatever, however old he is, you know, and he says it's missionary position and pajamas, you know? So I thought that was like, bro, I hope that's not true, Sean. I hope you're having more fun than that, my guy. for fuck's sake. And then he made a good point because he says he doesn't like the streamers because when he goes on Aiden Ross's stream, like kids run up to them in public, and he's like, "Dude, I'm over here talking about these controversial subjects." He was saying he was calling Aiden names based on Aiden's religion, and he's like, "Dude, I'm over here making fun of him for being that religion." And there's kids watching, right? So it makes it less fun for Sean. Whereas Nina said her demo is 25 to 50, 24 to 54-year-old, probably males. And Sean said that they're beating their meat to her, and she's like, "Oh, I don't care if they do." And then she's like, "Well, they're watching, right? So that's what's important, right?" I thought that was an interesting, like, little behind the scenes, like, kind of look at her demographic. I found that interesting. And then she bruises very easily. So if you guys know Nina, tell her to go eat some freaking meat, man. I made a mistake, guys, and I learned from my mistakes. Okay, so I like to test a bunch of shit out, right? Like, within reason, don't get suspicious about it, right? Like, I was watching these documentaries and they were talking about vegan athletes. And I was like, I wonder if it's possible to be a vegan athlete. I went vegan for like 7 months. I started bruising so bad from like inside leg kick drills, just drilling with my partner, nothing crazy, just inside leg kicks. I had a bruise from my knee to essentially my balls, right? And I'm not going to make a joke about my balls hang super low, so it wasn't a big bruise. I'm not going to do that, guys. Okay? That's not what I do here. Okay? We keep it classy around here. We're all above that, right? We don't partake in that sort of humor. So I'm definitely not going to say that, right? Okay, I'm gonna say that. No, I'm just playing. That's hey, shout out to Kanye. But so anyways, my whole freaking leg was bruised up. And the second I introduced meat back into my diet, dude, I can spar 3 freaking classes a day and I have like no bruises. It's incredible. Meat, guys, eat your meat. And I don't mean the way Jake Paul eats his meat, like we discussed in the last live stream, where he is called the Glizzy Gladiator now because he loves wieners in his mouth, so much so that he invested in hot dog stores, right? And now he has a chain of hot dog stores. I'm not saying do that, go that extreme. I'm just saying, some grass-fed beef from, organic grass-fed beef from like happy cows. You eat that. Eat organs, guys. When I'm eating freaking organs and drinking raw milk, I feel like I can walk through a fucking wall. That plus some caffeine, man. I like to over caffeinate. I would say we're at or above 700 milligrams a day, guys. I haven't counted it. I could go back and count it up, but that's like a starter pack range. Like that's like a minimum effective dose range, right? 700 milligrams a day. That's sensible, right? So, anyways, also Brendan Schaub, your favorite and mine, one of his boys asked him about Felony by Felony's former name, and he said, "Did that really happen with Wanderlei Silva? Because Wanderlei Silva got a hair transplant or a hair piece or something. He's got some hair and he's out here looking fly." Okay. Wanderlei's been known as the axe murderer, bald head, doing this, right? And now we got to change his nickname. We got to call him Johnny Bravo or something. You know what I mean? Wanderlei Silky Smooth or something. Silky Smooth Silva, because he's flowing. His hair is out here blowing in the wind. And Brendan Schaub's co-host asked about Felony, and he's like, "Dude, did that really happen? Did Felony really choke out Wanderlei Silva?" And Brendan Schaub agrees that it happened, but that's not what actually happened. Felony actually knocked Wanderlei Silva out backstage after Felony got choked out. Wanderlei was kicking him while he was down. Felony got up, KO'd Wanderlei Silva stiff in the locker room, looked at his work for 2 seconds, saw everybody else admiring his work, and Felony bounced out before the group of Brazilians that were there with Wanderlei Silva jumped him. So that's what actually happened. And yeah, it was interesting because I'm just driving home, farming content to talk about on my way back from 98 practices I did today. And they're talking about my former roommate and training partner. And I'm like, you know what? I got the inside scoop on that too, because Felony lived here with me and he told me the details. So much so that I had actually said the details backwards in one stream. And then I was like, bro, it happened like this, right? Because we punch each other in the head. So sometimes when you have a conversation, right, you don't exactly remember it in order. And then I got him to clarify what happened. And that's what actually happened. So if you guys listen to Brendan Schaub's pod and they're talking about Felony choking out Vanderlei Silva, Felony got choked out by Vanderlei's training partner backstage. Vanderlei was kicking him, and then Felony got up and KO'd him. That's the actual sequence of events, guys. So the legend is true. That really happened. I can verify it. I've talked to Felony about it at length, and Felony has shown me some screenshots and some text messages and some things like that prove that it happened, right? I don't think he's going to release those or whatever, but listen, that happened. Also, my uncle Hulk Hogan has a documentary out on Netflix, guys. I've done a couple lives about it, and I've not seen the 4th episode. And I guess the 4th episode is fairly sad. I've not seen it yet. That's what I'm hearing. Also, man, I got people calling me about it. I got everywhere I'm going, people are talking to me about it, asking me about it. And and this is part of the thing too, right? You think it's all fun and games. He's just on YouTube related to celebrities, pro MMA champion, right? And now you got, dude, there's private investigators calling people at the gym trying to get some inside scoop, right? And being rude to the front desk girl. Like, why are you going to be rude to the front desk girl? This is people will get a lot further this is how you know they got not ideal intentions, because they don't tell you what they want to talk about. They want to, like, hey, is King David MMA at the gym? And they're like, who's asking? They're like, oh, I'm a private investigator calling about such and such. And it's like, well, do you have a message? No, I don't have a message. I have some questions for him. Dude, if you want to put in a formal request, right? Maybe call the gym. Hey, I want to talk to King David MMA. I'm from such and such, whatever law firm, such and such, private investigator, such and such, da 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 da. Here's my questions. Let him know that he can contact me at his convenience. Here's my phone number. And, it's like, and then I could read it and then go, oh, would I want to respond to this or not? You get what I'm saying? So, anyways, they're calling around and, just being generally annoying from what I can say, and rude, right? Rude to people that aren't even involved. I get it. My uncle's a celebrity. I'm on YouTube trying to build a brand real quick. And, in a lot of ways, people would say that if you're in the public eye, you are asking for attention, which, hey, we would like good attention. But along comes, people trying to investigate, whatever, right? So that's what's going on. Got a bunch of nonsense going on with that. I did a collaboration with Jesse on Fire. We're dropping that tomorrow. We went on for like an hour straight, and he's probably gonna clip it down to like 30 seconds, to be honest, because we've got a little unhinged, okay? Because Jesse on Fire, so if you guys have ever seen his YouTube, he's full blown. He's open to conspiracy theories. Let's put it like that. His channel went from MMA to full-on politics to now it's talking about aliens, time travelers, some conspiratorial stuff. He recently dropped a video on a guy whose name is Fick Nuentes, whose name I won't even say on here for the algo. You know what I mean? And so if you're into that, follow Jesse on Fire, and we will collaborate on that video. As soon as that drops, it'll be on my channel and his, I believe. So make sure you watch that one. We talk about the incident that happened where I called out a pervert, and that dude got kicked out of a local MMA event, and all these clips are going viral now. And Jesse interviewed me as an exclusive interview directly as to what happened, like scene by scene. So you guys get the actual backstory of what happened instead of just the clips that the clippers are clipping. You know why? Because that's what clippers do. They clip. So if you guys want the full story, it's going to be dropping on Jesse on Fire. We got a big audio upgrade. I don't know if can you guys let me know in the chat if the audio sounds decent or something, because we upgraded the audio a bit. And speaking of alien conspiracies, I've been going balls deep on UFO scientist Bob Lazar. Okay? Okay, guys, that's what I'm into. If it were up to me, I would go in the backyard and ground, touch the earth, lay out, probably naked, sun my balls, right? Sun my asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like real hippie stuff. Okay? Lay out. Enjoy the vitamin D. Breathe in the fresh air. Look at the blue skies. Hop in my pool. Swim, float, relax. Do a little stretch workout in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Put on affirmations. I would listen to affirmations. I would do guided meditations, right? And then for fun, I would either go to the freaking movie theater and watch movies in real life, like leave the house and go do that. I'd go to Whole Foods. I'd load up on organic snacks. I'd sneak them into the movies with my beautiful dime piece genius girlfriend. You know what I mean? We'd go in there like 007. Not because we don't want to pay the movie theater, because the movie theater has GMOs, right? So I can't get down with GMOs, guys. What do I look like? You know what I mean? Willie Lump Lump or whatever, right? Not me, right? So we'll pay extra to go to Whole Foods to sneak that in. And then, if I'm chilling at the house and I always got something to do, but in the event that I want to like just take a break, I'm going to watch some UFO stuff. Right, that's what I'm gonna do. So I've been watching these Bob Lazar stuff. I'm convinced Bob Lazar worked on some form of craft from a different planet or dimension. And what they were talking about in the most recent one I said was that imagine if you were a 3D hand entering a 2D space, right? So as your fingers go into the 2D space, this 2D space just sees circles, right? So the fingers would look like circles in 2D. So when we see these craft, we might be experiencing something that is moving in a different dimension. So we experience it in, like, let's say, a non-linear time frame. It could be here and here, right? But that's because we can only experience it within the dimensions that we operate, and it's operating outside of the dimensions. Like the same way there's an entire hand and a human being, but the 2D plane only sees circles because that's all the fingers look like in 2D to the 2D plane, right? So anyways, guys, we're getting way off topic. Okay. We got crispy audio. Audio is good. Dub audio. Okay, what does that say? Only over caffeinating over here. For real, Asa. Oh, does Asa not like caffeine? Bro. Like if you don't do it, don't start, bro. I used to not drink caffeine. And then I went to see, man, I'm old as fuck, guys. I was around when there was a thing on TV called MTV. And they had a show called Fantasy Factory, which was the precursor to Ridiculousness. And if you guys have ever seen Ridiculousness, it's hosted by Rob Deerdick and Chanel West Coast. Okay. And Stilo, right? That's the other dude's name. So I went to the Fantasy Factory and I was there. We did a whole tour. We did everything. My boy knows him. You know what I mean? They were doing music together with drama beats. It was a whole thing. Okay. And Rob Deerdick said, if it wasn't for caffeine, he wouldn't be a millionaire. And that's the day I started drinking caffeine, guys. And I said, listen, if it worked for Rob Dyrdek, my MTV role model, who I loved Robin Big and I loved Fantasy Factory. Like, I'm like, dude, if I had a black friend who was down to film all day, I to this day would recreate the MMA version of Robin Big, where we just go on best friend adventures together. Like that would be a dream to me to do that. To maybe get like exotic animals, but like friendly ones, cuddly ones, not like reptiles or anything like that. I'm talking like what do they call it? Capybaras or something, right? Maybe have a capybara at the house, or maybe go like when we did the if you guys haven't been on my Instagram, go to my Instagram. There's one where I take Felony Charles Bennett to Whole Foods. It's called Taking My Black Friend to Whole Foods starring Felony Charles Bennett. Like adventures like that, like pure nonsense, right? And so when he said that caffeine was a key component in him becoming a millionaire, I say, you know what, man? Who am I to judge? Right? Who if this is what this fucking superstar, multimillionaire, is saying is the secret to success, why don't I stay open-minded? And I started crushing caffeine. That's my caffeine story. And now I am full blown, some days 1,000 milligrams a day, guys. You can judge me if you want. I'm here to be authentic and keep it real with you guys. Let me check the chat. Asa drinks 6 energy drinks a day. See, man, that's why he's good at martial arts. That's why he's a winner. He's going to keep winning, okay? He's going far in the sport. See, man, 6 a day? Let's freaking go, bro. That's like professional level. You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking 2 or 3, what are you doing? Like, how do you even come to the competition like that? Like, how do you even come to the conversation with us if you're only drinking 2 or 3 energy drinks a day? You know what I mean? You got to get past 4 or 5. Once you're in the 6, 7 range, you know what I'm saying? Then we're balling on these fools, right? So if I had to count it up, I had 3 full blast energy drinks today, just right off rip. Okay. Then these have 75 milligrams each. I've had, I believe, 4 of these. So that's another 300. So that would put me at 750 off that. And then I had another Zevia that has 34 milligrams. The cola only has 34. So what was I just at? 450 plus. So I'm at 750. So I am at 784 today. That's where I'm at, right? And now, because you're saying Asa drank 6, I feel like I'm slacking. Like I need to step my game up, right? Like, what are we doing here? Am I just playing rookie numbers with 784 milligrams of caffeine today? Am I lying to myself? Am I delusional? Am I getting false positives thinking I'm tight? I got to get at least another 300. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, that's what's going on in the MMA world. We got a big update on Jesse on Fire tomorrow. Make sure you peep that. That's the last time I'm talking about this dork that showed up to the thing that's a horrible human being who abuses people. I don't like that type of energy. I don't like to get into it. I have no problem like punking that dude or beating him up or whatever. I would probably, like prefer to do that privately, but the situation called for someone to speak up. I'm loud. I have no problem being loud in public. I'm very comfortable in front of a crowd. I'm very comfortable calling somebody out who deserves it, so that's my superpower. I used it for good. And, I don't care to continue the conversation. So the Jesse on Fire is my last speech on it, my last segment on it, my last anything on it. As far as anybody knows, that never happened. Moving forward, I'm not even going to get into it. But I do rock with Jesse on Fire super hard. He's been the dude's super cool as fuck. He's been encouraging me on here, telling me that I got it. And I'm like, bro, I agree. And he's got it so he can assess who's got it, right? So I can acknowledge him. I can tell why he's successful. You know what I mean? Success leaves clues and winners recognize winners, right? So when you see somebody that's very similar to what your way of thinking is, you can already just see it. And he's a fucking real one. I'm not going to get into his numbers. He sent me a fucking screenshot of what he's making on YouTube. It's so dope. Like, so dope. So awesome. I'm fucking happy for that guy. So we're dropping that tomorrow. And if you guys want more content from me, I'm going to be dropping more, right? We're getting an upgrade again. I'm going to be dropping multiple videos a day and a live. In addition to the live, multiple videos. And for right now, if you want more, I would go watch that Hulk Hogan, the one that says Hulk's nephew on it, right? I've got like 80 lives or something at this point, or 60 lives or something. I got a lot of lives. Go through the back catalog. If you like this content, go rewatch some of that or go watch it for the first time. There's probably some ones in there that you've never seen. And the one that I'm getting the most feedback about right now is the one titled Hulk's Nephew. And I talk about the Netflix documentary about my uncle Hulk Hogan, rest in peace. And guys, we got a big update. We got a big update in the chat. Felicia Bell says, A says 960 milligrams of caffeine. That hey man, you got me today. I'm gonna go surpass you right now. I'm headed to the fridge right now. I love you guys. Appreciate the love, appreciate the emojis. Dub live stream. Hey, go follow Felicia, go follow Asa, go follow Arpon the Don, go follow John Hogan. Shout out to my real ones in the chat. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going live again. Peace.